It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes.
It was really weird. The video cut out, like, where did all my photos go? And it was a black screen. Anyways, I don't know what that was, but very fitting to recap, because we did some historical things this weekend, and I figured I would throw that intro in there. Before we get into things, sorry I was late. I had the best conversation, or the best phone call, I should say, from a friend that put me in laughing tears. So, I see you. Okay. I need to compose myself a second, because that was just the most interesting 10 minutes of my entire life. Welcome in, everyone. Happy hump day, happy Wednesday, whatever it is. I don't know why I feel the need to look out my window when I say that to you guys. I'm just like, it's nice out. It's beautiful out. The sun is shining. It is in the 60s, low 70s. I'm going for a walk afterwards. I cannot wait. Voice is kind of back. So I've got that going for me. It was still a little bit phlegmy. Feeling better. We're going to talk about all the things that happened while I was gone. So I missed you guys. I know I haven't streamed in a while anyway, but before I left, I know we did game night on last Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, which won't be tonight. It'll be next week again. So Sassy Showdown, Sassy Squad. We'll be back at 8 o'clock next week. And so there'll be no 5 o'clock show. So just so you know. And if you did not notice, I put up the thumbnail. May 16th, Friday, 7 p.m. Bama versus Boston. We're giving you the South and the Northeast and a Midwest mediator to boot. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You have to be there to find out the craziness that's going to happen that night. I can't wait. I'm super excited. So excited. Me, Dame Dystopia, and Cakes 2112. What? It's gonna be crazy. Let me welcome in chat because I see you guys. I see you here. I didn't even do like my regular intro. Shout out to my friends, my amazing friends. I don't even want to call them partner channels. They are just my friends. Pete McDevitt Show, Dad Builds, and Zippity Doo Dug. All links can be found in the description of the video. And thank you to Dean over at The Live Place who hosts the show on his website, www.theliveplace.com. For all of your live, family-friendly streamers, check out theliveplace.com. Also, check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire and The Live Place. Links can be found in the description of this video stream, whichever way you're watching. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here, guys. All right, let's get to chat. We've got Dave Strigan. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Miss Vicky Gillespie, hello. I hope your weather where you are is calm today and it stays calm for a while. Vicky gets some really crazy weather and we're always like worried. So simmer down, weather. We need Vicky to be okay. Dave Stragan, welcome in. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Miss Mama D, W. Bernfeld, hello. William Versiglio, hey Will. Thanks for popping in. Mike Beachman, hey Mike, how are you? How are you guys? Gloria Thibodeau and Jason Thibodeau back to back. It's a Thibodeau squishmallow. It's a s'more. It's a Thibodeau s'more. Do we need? So actually, it would be a Mike Beachman s'more because Mike Beachman's comments are on either side of them. Anyways, I digress. There's Cakes 2112. Cakes, welcome in. It's good to see you, buddy. And I'm going to keep scrolling until I grab someone I haven't said hello to yet, like I always do. It's me. Hey, me. How are you? You look fabulous today. Actually, I am not conceited, but I'm loving the camo and the pickles. So there's that. Kate Oodalali Lane. Hi, Kate. Welcome in. Disney Nerd Herders. Hey guys, Charlie and Stacy, welcome in. Let's see, Surf Bomb John. Hey John, welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate, and this guy right here. This guy. Jeff Condon. I see you. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Yes, it's good to see you. Sorry, that's a joke. I should not even joke like that. Because I'm totally going to freak him out. I'm totally laughing. Anyways. Welcome in. I'm not going to get through this stream today with a straight face at all. Dame Dystopia, welcome in, Miss Dame. There she is, listening at work. I forgot. She's an hour behind us, so she has to suffer through a little bit longer. Pickle earrings. Thank you, Kate, for noticing. Appreciate it. Although it was probably because I said it. Oh, no. This was up a good bit. Oh, good. I didn't miss the weather forecast. How about the traffic report? Traffic outside, it depends on where you are. If you're in Boston, you're screwed. But up here in upstate New York, it is easy breezy, flying, no traffic where I am. So, yeah. Someone didn't tell me she was, because I forgot. And I was half asleep when I was watching you this morning, Doug. So there's that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. None of those bashful cheeks, Miss Dame. No. You know that you're excited. Movie Mania Nick, welcome in. It's good to see you. Y'all pray for everyone's ears. The accents will be hilarious. I cannot wait. Is it May already? Like, can it be May? I'm wearing earplugs already. I said Bama. Is it not Bama? Bama? How am I supposed to say it? Tina, Manny Uncanny. Welcome in, Manny. It's good to see you. Am I supposed to say it different? What's up, T Pickles? Hey, Cakesy. How you doing, bud? All right. So let's keep scrolling. I think I've got everybody. Nope. Dapper Canuck, welcome in. It's good to see you. How's the Canucks today? Traffic is trafficking, Doug. Seriously, the traffic, it traffics. It totally traffics. All right, I think. Here we go again. What did I do? What did I do? Tina, why in the blueprints would you have been tired this morning? Couldn't imagine why. Couldn't imagine. Maybe it has something to do with a certain builds, a certain dad, a certain game, and a certain few friends that did not include gouging any eyes out or holding anyone down. I'm just saying. So, oh gosh. Anyways, let's talk about while I was away. Here I'm talking about like I have my voice back and everything. No, not my fault. Maybe. Yeah. I think there's a little credit that's due right here. I'm just saying. If you're not checking out dad builds at night, blueprints is the game. Tired is the name. That's all I'm going to say. We're exhausted. We're a tired bunch. Someone else who does not play the game with us is also tired because we keep them up late at night playing the game. So I'm just saying. Are we off to war? No, but we're going to talk about the start of the American Revolution. The beginning of the Revolutionary War. So, if you don't know, which I'm sure you've caught on by now, I am from Massachusetts. And they had Lexington, Massachusetts, had the 25th, 250th, not 25th, well, wow, the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Lexington, which happened on April 19th, 1775, also known in Massachusetts as Patriots' Day, which is widely celebrated, if it's on a weekend, celebrated on the next Monday. So, also known as Marathon Monday. It's a lot of fun. Let me tell you that. I have like fuzzies on my shirt. How the heck did that happen? Oh, you're from Mass? Had no idea, right? Don't I hide it just so well? I am so good at hiding, just masking my accent. Master of disguise, let me tell you. Tina with the best Boston accent ever. Thank you. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. No worries. What did I miss? Oh, we're talking sports. A shot heard around the world. Exactly. So, Jason comes home from work and says, Josephine's my middle child. Message me about this thing. And he's rattling on the 250th anniversary of the shot heard around the world, the Battle of Lexington. Also conquered, but that happened after the Battle of Lexington is where it started. And so he's like, I want to go. We want to go. And I'm like, okay, what does this entail? And I was like, so we need to leave now. Now, meanwhile, it's Friday, and I have news and merch with Pete and Molly and Doug at 9:00 that night on Peach Channel. And I'm going, how are we going to work this? And so he's like, we'll leave right after. And I was like, okay. I mean, it's nothing new to us. We go to Disney. We drive down to Disney at like 1:00 in the morning. We leave 2:00 sometimes. So it didn't matter. Hold on. Where are we? Mark Lagenkamp. Welcome in. Your voice sounds more normal, although there are still too many H's at the end of your words. You can never have enough H's at the end of words, Mark. That's all I'm going to say. Someone else came in. It's Miss Joy. Joy S. Hey, Joy. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We were just talking about you a little bit ago with Sassy Squad. And so we left shortly after news and merch, packed up the car, and we just went and slept in the car. Jason drove the whole way straight. It's a lot. It's like only took us about 3 hours compared to when we go to Boston or when we go to Southeast Massachusetts, which is where Jason's family's from, which is where we stay now. Since my grandmother passed away, and we don't have the homestead in Revere to go to, and I sold the house. But so Jason's just, he was like raving about, oh, people are saying get there at 3:30 in the morning so you can see things, and there's things that happen. It's because it happens in the middle of the night, right? And so we get there, and it's like places to park, and then you get on a shuttle and it takes you to the location. So I had to piss like a racehorse, as we say. So excuse the crassness coming from a lady. But yeah, you porta potty, and then when I stepped out of the porta potty, I don't know what I did, but I pulled something, a tendon, my underknee, as I'm calling it. The underknee's the back side of the knee, kind of like the backside of water, except it's the underknee. But I was limping the rest of the day, but we got on the shuttle bus and we got there so nauseous on the shuttle bus. Can I just say, because I hadn't eaten, should have ate something. Poor Tina's underneath. I know. I know. It's so sad. And so we get there, we couldn't see anything. They had big screens up, so that, for people that were too far back, that couldn't see what was going on in the battle, the Lexington Green. So I found the live stream and I was watching it on my phone while I'm there in person. And one of my kids said, we could have stayed home and did this. And I agreed. But there's nothing like being there in person. I had a friend who does the reenactments. He was there somewhere in the midst of it, playing one of the characters, or one of the characters. You call them characters. They were people of history. And so it was just nice. After everything was over, I didn't get photos of that, obviously, because I was too far back. I should probably show you guys what I do have. So we arrived and it was pitch black outside, and I have to I took some photos from these are phone photos. I didn't take my camera because I was not carrying that heavy thing around with me. So it's the first beautiful scene. Sorry. This is the first beautiful scene that I am greeted with, and it is the Lexington Fire Station. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just like, hi, I'm big and red and beautiful. I love firehouses, in case you don't know that. I had to snap this photo because it was just so good. Let me pull this up over here and I'll go to the next photo. See what other photos I got, because I don't remember at this point. Okay, so then daylight broke, and where I was standing, I framed things in my head, and then I'm like, I wonder if this will look good as a photo. And this looked exactly how I wanted it to look, with the church peeking up behind the bushes. Where's Angie? But I absolutely love this. I love this photo. Again, all cell phone photos. And then the sun was rising and the clouds were clearing, and it was really pretty. And then so we were walking around, we were trying to find, like, a bunch of churches had pancake breakfasts. And so when we were on our way to one, these signs were all kind of hanging out all over this, like, gated greens, free speech area. And I just absolutely love that, the bike in front of it and everything. And then, of course, the sign, this is in America, the law is king. Thomas Paine, 1776. I love history. So this especially was intriguing. You get the Patriot on the horse. Not the best photo, because I think the background kind of focused instead of the foreground, but that's okay. We're trying to walk and get to our destination. Andy decided to gallop off as I was trying to get his photo. Ghost host Jason, welcome in. It's good to see you, buddy. Hope your day went well. So, all right, and then I have some explaining to do on this photo. So, a bunch of years ago, I posted a photo or an article on Facebook that talked, or was a meme or something, with somebody holding a You did. Oh my gosh. You should have like called me on three-way for that one. I like to be a fly on the wall with you telling them that story. Um, was amazing, Jeff. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh. So in Massachusetts, if you don't know, and I'm sure Jeff can back me up, I don't know if it's just like a city thing or if this is an all over Massachusetts thing, but when it snows out, people will go to lengths in the city to put chairs, televisions, pumpkins, anything in a parking spot that they've shoveled out for themselves on a public street. Yeah. So, of course, when they're getting ready for a parade, people in Lexington all apparently put chairs out on the sidewalk to keep their spot for the parade, and they leave them and come back. And I thought this was the funniest thing. So when my friend in New York saw my Facebook post about this, they were like, what the heck is that? Because up here it's the country. We don't save parking spots. They just don't do that up here. And so it turned into this big like conversation between us, and it was just this big joke. And so I had to snap a photo of that and I posted it on Facebook, and I was like, see, in Massachusetts, we not only hold parking spots, random things for parking spots, we also hold them for parade spots. And they were just like, wow, you, like, it's like we're from a different country to them up here. So I don't know. It is what it is. I thought they were throwing chairs out. If they're at the curb, they're fair game. That's what you would think, Mark. I'm just saying. Tina and Philly with the chaos in snow. Okay, wait, hold on. I think I don't. Dame, safe travels. Be safe. I already said that, but I'm saying it twice. On your way home. Okay, next one. This was a really cool painting on, obviously, Barrett Sotheby's, making sure I say that right, International Realty window. The one with the history. It says on the top, and then it's just got the picture of like the Patriots all standing on the green, the buildings in the background, the battle green, with the 250th anniversary on it. And I just thought it was cool, so I snapped a photo of it. And then I found this beauty. This was calling it a patisserie. I don't know how to say it. Nouve or re or something like that. This place was called, and it was calling to me. Croissants, like chocolate croissants. That's what that is right there on the left. Is chocolate croissants, and then they had some other filled pastries, and then cinnamon rolls that were just to die for. And then a bunch of other things. This was like a bacon and chive cinnamon bun, but no cinnamon, like sans the cinnamon. It's like a savory bun, if you want to call it. And then they had a whole bunch of other pastries, and I dropped like $50 in this place because it was so good. They look like really big bugs. I mean, sure, why not? And then, so this is a photo I ended up taking of this flour. In the back, this is like a bakery that did freshly baked bread. But you couldn't make the bread out in the background, so I just focus on the flour. So I kind of wanted to be different. The bread in the background with the pretty flour in the foreground. Yeah, did not. Anyways. And I like taking abstract photos, okay? So this is, again, a fire truck. And I just like the way that this looked. And now I'm realizing I'm up close and the font is kind of blurry, which kind of makes me sad. I should have sharpened it more. But I just like the way that it looked. The font was cool, and it was on the side, and it was just me being artsy-fartsy. But anyways. And they did some ceremony. I don't know what they were doing over there in the battle green. But it was by the flagpole, and you could see them all dressed up, Patriot uniforms and everything. And then, of course, walking by the firehouse again. I had to take an epic shot with the sun flare, because what's a firehouse without a sun flare? I don't know. It's a fire, still a firehouse. But anyways, there's just the angles I got. Fire headquarters. All right. So that was Saturday. Sunday was Easter. I just tried to enjoy our Easter. I didn't take really photos. I didn't go anywhere. Monday, we went up to see my family in Saugus. We went back to, so let me backtrack. Let me continue. Hold on. Nope. Let me really backtrack. Pretend you didn't see those. Monday, we went back to Lexington. And we went to the the Buckman Museum. And these are just some of the photos. Like, they had some really cool things that were out. And I thought it was really interesting. Like, something I never really thought about was slavery back then. Like, the irony of here we are fighting for, they are fighting for their own freedoms. Meanwhile, like, they had slaves. And that just kind of hit me when I was going through this museum. And then I was looking something up online. And something that I didn't realize was John Jay, back in 1776, I guess, had written this whole thing about the paradox of freedom and slavery, which I just thought was really interesting, because I never thought about that before. Mandy Mary, welcome in. Thanks, Will. I appreciate that. And Sebastian the Crowd, welcome in. Hey, guys. Hold on. I got to say hi. Hi. Welcome. Let's see what else. If I miss anybody else. I hope not. But if I did, just keep talking and I'll make sure I say hi. And so they just had a lot of things like this. This is the indenture. Oh gosh. Wait, what in the world? Yeah, there's words that I can't pronounce right there. And it's not because of the accent. But anyways. Indentured servants. That's what it's called. But even though it doesn't say it, that's what this was. And then I really like the weapons that they used. And the bullet, like what the bullet looked like back then. Let me see if I can zoom in. Bullet reported to have been, I didn't get the whole thing, have been fired in the Battle of Quebec. So if you don't know American history, the Battle of Lexington, which then led into the battle at Concord, and then led into Arlington and Cambridge and Lincoln, Arlington, Cambridge, and then spread into what we now know as the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War. I live in a very historical place up here in New York. We have the forts that are still left. Just absolutely fascinating. Musket ball. Yep. Musket ball. Danielberry Sports Highlights. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Just a lot of fascinating history. Walking through this building, the original building, the Buckman Museum, that they've obviously updated a little bit and added on to the museum part. It was just really interesting. I love museums. I could do museums all day. So they have like a whole section of like before the war, what things were like you see the photos on the wall and everything, the murals, the dates, points of view, what these things, the spinning wheels. They get a wool spinning wheel and a flax spinning wheel. Just absolutely just blows my mind, like how everything came about. The militia items, this is what Patriot uniform looked like before. They looked like what our New England Patriots wear, which is totally unrelated. Tells you like the militia system, obviously, which I thought was really interesting, because back then In 1636, the Massachusetts Bay Colony ordered that men between the ages of 16 and 60 possess arms and serve in local regiments to defend their communities. You know, now it's 18 to what? Is it, what's the oldest that they can draft? Is it 35? Or was that to run for president? I get confused. But anyways, all right, moving on. This is what they used to put their gunpowder in. I thought it was like a horn to blow through. It's not. Apparently we're way past the horn blowing. But this is what they would use to put in there. And then they would carry it, as in the previous photo, you could see it's right here. See it right here? Can you see me pointing? I think you can see. Yeah, you can. Okay. This thing right here is what they used to put their gunpowder in, which I just thought was also really cool. 25. Okay, so it was either 25 or 35. I got the two mixed up. Silver spoon. The silver spoon is marked with initials LM for Lydia Malikin. Gosh, come on, zoom in so I could see what that word is. Please. Zoom. Do the zoomy zoom. Fine, I'll manually zoom for you. You're just not going to zoom at all. Anyways, Lydia M., who buried the spoon and other valuables as the British approached. Like, the whole reenactment was just, if somebody can look up the 250th anniversary of, like, the Battle of Lexington and post the link, when we're done, guys, I encourage you to just go over and just watch it, because it was really, like, I was crying. That's how emotional, like, I was emotional. And history kind of does that to me. I love all history. Right? Me too. History kind of does that to me. Like, it gets me, certain things get me. And I just absolutely, I love it. Just witnessing, the part that got me was the part that they reenacted when the women were gathering up the children and leaving. When they heard that the British were coming. That's the part that got me. Just the way that they depicted everything. It was just very surreal. And then you could see the women with the children marching off the battle green. Yeah, it was incredible. And then it talked all about, like, how they would raise funds. What else did it show? I wanted to see, what was it? There was something here that I wanted to showcase and I forgot. But the war bonds that they showed, like, in the museum. Let's see what else. This is after the war, 1783 to 1800s. Talks about Shays' Rebellion, stabilizing currency, and then more points of view. And then these rad pants right here. I can't read what that sign said. I probably should have gotten a closer look. And this is what the museum looks like from the outside. The flag that says 1775. This is the gift shop pot, and this is the actual museum pot, which was really cool. I took home some postcards and a magnet. I get a magnet every time I collect magnets. I get a magnet everywhere I go. So, and this was just the door. That was cool. I wanted to edit this and make it a little bit more better, but I just want to throw it up to show you guys. I'll edit it later. Okay, now we're back to the night before. So then after we were done with the museum, I went up to see my mom. I didn't last too long. That was, for those that don't know the history with my family, I won't get into it right now, but when you have trauma, anxiety kind of hits. Like, I think I lasted only 10 minutes this time. Like, my mom, I swear, I don't even know. The day before, she's asking me, you coming up tomorrow? Now, at first of all, I told her, like, I didn't know if I was coming up. I'm not sure. I'm not making any plans. Because the last time that I said I was coming up, she made it into, we're going to go out to eat and everything. And I was like, no, I never said that. And so now she, like, ripped my head off because she was like, I thought we were going to go out to eat. And then I was like, I never said that. I actually said, I don't know if we're coming up, and I'm not making any definitive plans. If we come up, we come up. That's that. And so she didn't like that, apparently. So then she called me and she was like, I thought we were going somewhere. And I was like, nope, I'm on a budget. We're moving soon. We'll be moving by June. And I need every penny that I can possibly scrounge up to put towards moving. And she was like, oh, okay, whatever. I get off the phone with her, and I kid you not, 2 minutes later, get a phone call from my uncle. And he's like, I didn't know you were moving that soon. And I was like, what? And he's like, your mom said you're moving next week. I was like, okay. I give up. I quit. And I don't know, like, she's just a lot like that lately. My mom is scatterbrained in general. She's always been like that. And other things. But I'm starting to wonder if this is like early stages of like Alzheimer's or dementia or something, which is a little scary. But at least I'll be living closer to her, that I can attempt to take care of her if she ever needs someone to take care of her. But anyways, so it was just really hard for me. She was just acting, when I got there, she was just like very, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word and I can't think of it. But anyways, I started getting a headache. I think I was just having a panic attack, and I was like, I need to go. And so we left. I think we stayed like 15 minutes. And then I left. And then I'm like feeling guilty about it. And then I'm like, all of like the trauma that I have just came creeping up on me. And I had to give myself some grace, because, and the same goes for you guys. If you have any trauma that you deal with, give yourself grace. You're doing what you can with what you've been dealt. So give yourself grace. So I had to try to give myself a lot of grace and pray through that, because I felt horrible. There was also other things that factored into it too. So anyways, we headed back down south, and Jason says, hey, and actually this picture was from Easter evening. We went, we took the kids to fly kites. Now that I'm thinking of it, I'm backtracking a second. We took the kids to fly kites, and we went to Colt State Park in Rhode Island. And those photos are on my camera, which I will upload, and I will edit and upload to my social medias. If you don't have social medias, I will post those photos on my YouTube community page, so that anybody that doesn't have social medias can see that, the pictures that I took. If anyone minds or anyone cares. I never want to assume that like I don't think I'm better than anyone. I don't want anyone to think that I think, the world of myself or the photos I take. I'm very critical of myself, but I'm also, I do love some of the photos that I take too. Sometimes I take a photo and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a money shot. It's great. But I know there are so many other photographers out there that are so much better than I am. So don't get me wrong. But anyway, so I never want to assume that anyone ever wants to see my photos, but I will post them because I know that you guys do like them, and you vocalize that to me. So I'd like to honor that. This is just a phone photo that I took. We ended up going from Colt State Park, we ended up going down to Barrington Beach in Rhode Island. And I also have a lot better photos on my camera that I took. At least I think so. I hope. Because you think you see the way you took a photo in like the viewfinder or the playback, and then you go upload it, and then you're like, well, that is not what I thought that was going to be. But anyways, so that was Easter night. So these photos, these are also phone photos. I didn't break my camera out. Jason says, I'm going to go to Plymouth. And I'm like, okay. Now the temperature dropped. It was like in the 50s, and it was windy, and we were freezing. But we went to Plymouth, and this, again, I see an idea for a shot, and then I stop and I want to take it. So I just saw this whole scene and the clouds, the way the clouds were, and I was like, I hope this is gonna look the way I want it to, and it did come out the way that I liked. This building right here is where Plymouth Rock is, like the rock. And I guess they know it's the rock. They have like a firsthand witness, an account. I don't know how. You have, I still see you, Jeff. Stop! I'm gonna be laughing the rest of the day now. But you know, everyone's like so underwhelmed that this is the rock. But my friend brought up a good point. She's like, what about erosion? And I'm like, yeah, that could be it. That could be why the rock isn't as big and overwhelming as some of us, you know, would think that Plymouth Rock would be, right? And so it's in here, and I have a picture of it. I'll keep going. But then you have the Mayflower off in the distance, the replica, not the real Mayflower. Does it smell? It does not. It smells like the ocean. And I don't think that's what the rock is cooking, but anyways, that was a bad joke. Anyhow. And then I turned around and took a backside photo. The backside photo? Okay. The photo of the other side of what I was standing in front of. So this is on the opposite end of what you just saw. My ocean photos. And there it is. And of course, there's my family. And then Jason's like, you should get in the photo. I was like, no, I look like trash. It's just you guys today. So there's my kids. There's the rock. I'm going to skip through this because I actually didn't want to put that photo on there. You guys have seen my kids over and over again, but still. They got a camera in there just to make sure no funny business happens. But there's the rock. And there's a sunset that was trying to break through. There it is in this. So I was standing off to the right when I took that first photo that I showed you. But there's the rock. It's a rock. The backside of photo. I know, Mandy, right? I don't know. Words are hard. What can I say? But it says 1620 on it. Look up the history of Plymouth Rock. And if Plymouth Rock, the actual, like Plymouth Rock, our friend in chat was here, he could probably offer up a lot more. But he's too busy having fun in the Florida Keys, in Key West. So, womp, womp, womp. But anyways, not jealous at all. Although it's nice out, so I'm not jealous because it's warm here. I'm jealous that I don't have the ocean near me. But in a few months, that will change. So I'll be happy for that. So, anyways, it is imprinted 1620. That is apparently the rock that the Mayflower crashed upon, landed upon, whatever the heck you want to call it. My folks landed in 1547. I feel like there's like, wait, your folks. That math is not mathing, Dapper Canuck. Make it make sense, DC. I saw that once. We stopped there while I was touring colleges so a long time ago. Did it look the same? Did you take photos? I'd be curious. They keep it in a cage like a wild animal. So Mark left a comment on my photo, on his photo on Facebook. And he was like, and I was like, he said similar. And then I was like, the irony of the birthplace of freedom, they have it caged up, not free. Anyways, it was cracking us up. Anyways, yep, it looked just like that. Yeah, I thought so. Curtis Finley, Chris, welcome in. Tina's hair almost looks as good as yours. Almost. Nothing matches Doug's hair, though. Doug's hair is on point. 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. I don't know how the rest of that poem goes. It's been a while. But I know the Who's the Boss TV show version that Mona recited. Where then I think it was Tony that interjected and was like, one more rhyme and I'll kick your, said the A word. It just, because of the way it went, I should find that and you guys I should show it to you sometime. Anyways, just imagine if that was someone's pet rock, right? I mean, technically it was the Pilgrim's pet rock, I guess. Plymouth Rock, granite slab upon which, according to tradition, the Pilgrim Father stepped first after disembarking on the Mayflower, December 26, 1620. The day after Christmas. How about that? That's where I get all my history from. Who's the boss, right? Don't we all get it from just like TV sitcoms? I mean, oh gosh. All right, moving along. Oh wait, I can't press that button. I'm on the wrong screen. So there she is in all her beauty, the Mayflower replica. Everything was closed, but we're gonna get back there this summer, and I wanna do the Mayflower. There's a lot of things that I want to do. They decided that I want to do. Like, we want to go back to the Monroe Museum in Lexington. I want to go to Concord. There's a lot, things that, like, I think I did field trips as a kid, but I don't remember any of it. I remember the Salem Witch Museum as a field trip as a kid. And that's the only field trip. And Break High in... Is it Wakefield? Is Break Hot and Jeff, you still here? Is Break Hot in Wakefield? Anyways, I don't know what I'm thinking. I think it's Wakefield. Anyways, those are only 2 field trips I ever remember going on. Oh, and the Omni Theater, and I hated it because it was like big screen. I probably love it now, but anyways, all right. That's all the photos. That's it. That's all I took. That's the recap. That's basically... There he is. Plymouth Rock. Hey, PR. Look. I'm showing all the photos I took. I didn't show you any of these photos. There's the rock. There's your rock. Vikings were here long before that. But we can forget about that. That's true. That's true. That is true. These are the photos I took in Plymouth. I'm backtracking for you. And that's it. There's a lot that's interesting, I guess, about American history, but I digress. So it's already 5:57. Holy cow. All right, guys. That was a vacation. I'm home. My leg is better. I still need to stretch. I'm going for a walk. I haven't eaten all day. I had 2 bites of a sausage, and that does not sound right. I had 2 pieces of a sausage. If that sounds any better, I don't know. But anyways, it's a true story too, and a cup of chocolate milk, a mug of chocolate milk. So, next week I will see you back, Chris, tonight. After Disney that. Oh my gosh, Amy at 6. Doug's not going live at 7. Disney Nerd Herders are probably going to be live soon. Is that code? Oh no, I literally had 2 bites of a sausage. Wait, 2 pieces of a sausage. Never say bite and sausage in the same sentence for anybody ever. Steve Browning, welcome in. It's good to see you. You're losing me with this talk. I know. I'm sorry. Doug's not live tonight. Disney Nerd Herders probably live. D&G Explorers is probably live at 8 o'clock. Doesn't that at 9 o'clock? And then after, you got Chris Dadbuild's more gaming. And then Pete McDevitt with Insomniacs, and I think, is he still doing 2 Truths and a Lie? I forgot to check in with him and ask him that. But either way, Insomniacs after Diz and that. So make sure you go check out all the friends, all the things. I don't think we're going to do an AM Antics this week because is that cold? Anyways, I can't just function today. Go see Amy. Go see AJC Magic TV. Play some trivia. Show her some love. I'll see you guys back when I see you. So know that you are loved and that you're appreciated and that you're a blessing to not only me, but those around you. Believe it, it's true. Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought, and be kind to everyone because you don't know who's going through a battle that you know nothing about. Bye.